first time ever.
Falling acts of terror.
We are ready to engage with a two-state solution.
Some of his most senior cabinet members.
Advise us of a new economic age.
Let's talk about Japan. On Sunday night, Shigeru Ishiba, Japan's 102nd Prime Minister, announced his resignation. He was supposed to mark his first anniversary in office on October 1st, but instead he's stepping down. So what's happened? Why did he quit? And why should the rest of the world care? Now let's take this step by step. Why did Ishiba quit? There are three main reasons. First, his government faced a disaster in recent parliamentary elections. The ruling party suffered historic losses, and an internal report pinned the blame squarely on Ishiba's leadership. Senior party members started resigning, and his allies told him the writing was on the wall. Second, Japan's public has been frustrated for a long time. Everyday issues like a stagnant economy, rising prices, rice has nearly doubled, and long-running finance scandal. This created deep distrust. People were simply tired of the same problems with no real solutions. And third, timing. Last Thursday, Ishiba signed a trade deal with the United States. President Donald Trump agreeing to settle tariffs at 15%. For a leader famous for being stubborn, this gave him something of a respectable exit point. He could say, I achieve a milestone, now I step aside. So between election losses, public anger and a face-saving trade deal, Ishiba bowed out before a messy party showdown scheduled for Monday. Now why does the resignation matter? Now you might ask, does another Japanese Prime Minister resigning really change anything? After all, Japan has had many short-lived leaders, right? Actually, yes, it matters for at least three big reasons. One, Japan's leadership vacuum. Now, the world's fifth largest economy now faces another period of uncertainty. Investors don't like instability at all. Already, Japan's yen government bonds are under pressure. Bond yields have hit record high as markets wait to see what the new government will do. 2. Economic policy shifts. Potential replacements have very different views. Sanae Takechi, one of the front runners and possibly Japan's first female prime minister, wants more government spending and lower interest rates. Others, like Koizumi Jr., the son of popular ex-PM, have different priorities. Now these shifts have rippled down through not just Japan's economy but also global trade. And 3, strategic direction. Foreign policy could change dramatically. Ishiba was often criticized for being soft on China, but candidates like Takaichi are openly hawkish, tough on China, North Korea, and more. Koizumi Jr., meanwhile, is controversial because of his visits to war shrines, which anger both China and South Korea. Whoever takes charge will shape how Japan positions itself in the Indo-Pacific, and that directly affects United States and allied strategy against China. Now understand the global impact. While Japan sorts itself out, one thing is clear. Its voice in key global forums like the G20, APEC, and even the Quad is going to be quieter. Now that weakens Japan's traditional role as a stabilizer in the region, just when tensions with China and North Korea are heating up. And here's the big twist. Even once a new leader is chosen, there is no guarantee that they can hold a majority. Many insiders believe the next Prime Minister might call an early election rather than run a weak minority government. But Japan's voters are exhausted and it's hard to see them rewarding the same establishment again. Now, what is the bigger picture? Why it matters everywhere? Let's zoom out. Why am I telling you this? Because Japan's situation is not unique, it's actually a mirror of what's happening in many democracies around the world. What are the three key takeaways? First, governments are struggling to deliver. Economic troubles, political scandals, and global instability make it hard to meet voter expectations. Second, voters are punishing the establishment. When governments fail, voters turn against them, making it even harder to govern effectively. And third, populists are rising. Simple, radical promises, whether about trade, immigration, or foreign alliances, are appealing to frustrated citizens, even if those promises come with risk. Now, this cycle feeds on itself. Weak governments create frustrated voters empower populists, and populists create more instability. And the fact that it's now hitting Japan, a country whose ruling party, the LDP, has dominated politics since World War II, shows that no political stronghold is truly safe anymore. So here's where we stand. Ishiba will stay in office until his party picks a successor, likely in early October, but Japan's politics are unstable. Its economy is shaky now, and its role on the world stage is in drift. For Japan and for the rest of us, the next few weeks will certainly matter a lot. Why? Because the question is not just who leads Japan next, it's whether anyone can restore trust in politics at all. That's all from my side in this video. Do share your comments, your views in our comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.